Okay, who the hell here wants to redo their artwork? Yo, those are some very cheap acrylics. Okay, no, you don't need that. It's ugly as hell. This is the newbie route. You want to evolve from noobs, you gotta do the big boy route. Even if you're doing that, just don't you do it. Spend like $2 extra to get a little bit more expensive acrylics. Like, what's easier? TikTok. I finally succumbed. Nowhere on the internet are there more lies. So, as your local art connoisseur, I'm here to review and debunk some art hacks on TikTok. Okay, now we have a face drawing one. I actually have a video on face drawing if you want to check it out. So apparently, some people can't draw the other eye. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see what they have. Okay, drawing it wrong. Piece of paper. Oh, I know what they're doing. When they trace it on the other side, it presses down that graphite to create a symmetrical eye shape. Okay, no, you don't need that. Just take a reference photo or just like copy it. Like, eyes aren't always symmetrical. It's okay if it's a little inaccurate because, you know, eyelashes, eyelids, it's not always the same. Like, this is so excessive. Just get good. Like, you don't need this. Okay, some art hacks that actually changed my life. Instead of a brush, use a sponge to paint large surfaces. Or use a bigger brush, maybe? Here, try to remove masking tape instead of to prevent ripping the paper. Yeah, okay. So there's a special type of tape called, like, I don't know, painter's tape, some like green tape. And it ensures that when you rip it off, it doesn't peel off the paper, which is really nice. I highly suggest that. Yeah, especially if you're using tape to make a border. Yeah, don't use masking tape. Always photocopy your sketch, so another one just in case. Okay, who the hell here wants to redo their artwork? If you're like halfway done, like, I would not want to read, even if I make a small mistake, even if it's watercolor or markers or something, like I just make a small mistake, oh, I'll just keep going. Besides, most mediums like acrylic and sketches or pencil crayons, you can just like erase it or just cover over it. Like, this is not necessary at all. Because the thing is, like, when you make mistakes in your painting, okay, maybe unless you're using watercolor, but generally when you're painting with acrylic, when you're sketching, you like notice things when you make mistakes. It'll help you draw better, paint better later on.
So
always keep your paint wet, yeah, use a spray paint. I use a spray paint. To block out your paintings, you basically just go in to get the shadows and colors figured out. For me personally, I just kind of go with the flow. Oh, I feel like doing the eye, oh, I guess I'll do the eye. Like, I don't like leaving the details to the end, but overall I think it's still pretty useful to do. A wet method where you work with the paint while they are wet and fresh.
So here I'm adding a gray.
Okay, here I'm adding gray.
Add black. This is the color which I
go in and add black.
So here I'm just
okay, yeah. If you're blending,
because I'm
I
go in
suggest as well.
The brush still damp, and I'm gonna
people tend to overuse paint.
And do all the work for
I mean, overuse the water.
And as
like,
you can see, once it's dried,
no, you're using too much water.
So number 2.
Okay, the thing is, you can't rely on water to blend. You have to actually mix the colors to blend. Like, the thing is, people just assume that, oh, I can just overlay 2 colors only and they'll magically blend together. No. You can't just rely on water. First of all, your paper's gonna bend like crazy. And second of all, it's gonna create weird patterns and stuff. Like, it won't look very good. Like, this is the newbie route. You want to evolve from noobs, you gotta do the big boy route. You gotta actually blend your colors. You can't just use water. Trust me, I've done this before. A stipple method, which you basically want to get the paint on your brush, you get about 75% of it off.
So then you go into the
go in and painting it, just tap and tap,
and you want to work from the outside
to inside.
So here's the painting
I won't lie, those do look realistic.
See that most of the
art hacks that must have been kept secret by the FBI. Messed up in watercolor and a dried Clean Magic Eraser to erase watercolor. Yeah, you can definitely erase watercolor, but no, it's only if the watercolor's already dry. Like, you can't, I'm pretty sure you can't erase it. I've done watercolor several times. I don't think that's true. Watercolor's one of those like rare mediums that you can actually revive when it dried. It's kind of cool.
When the vibrator
use
of my
markers.
Copic marker ran dry, I thought I had to get a new cartridge.
Hand
Apparently not, just dump
sanitizer.
hand sanitizer on it, and it's good as new.
Okay, I mean, I
wish
won't
knew
paint
this
with markers
sooner.
anyways.
Do you have
Cheap
acrylic paint that
acrylics?
doesn't-
Yo, those are some very cheap acrylics.
Just heat water and
cornstarch?
cornstarch until it turns into this thick, goopy consistency.
Mix it with the
Then
cheap
just
paints.
mix a little bit in
Get a
with your
glossy
cheaper
thing.
paint,
Okay.
and bam! Look at
What's easier? Mix your very, very cheap acrylics with this white, thick paste that you spent like, I don't know, half an hour making. Or spend like $2 extra to get a little bit more expensive acrylics. Like, what's easier? Okay, my acrylics, I would say, are pretty cheap. And I have never seen acrylics this watered down right out of the bottle. Is that a thing? There's no way this is real. Alrighty, some more art hacks. Painting edition. Sprinkle salt and watercolor for a snowflake effect. Oh yeah, I know this about this. There's really no opportunity, in my opinion, that you can use that effect. Like the salt sprinkle and watercolor. Like, it's so inconsistent. It's ugly as hell. Like, you can use it for like only like a few situations, like snowflakes. And even if you're doing that, just don't you do it. Tape a border before painting for a clean edge. Yeah, this definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree. Borders are much better. Tired of acrylic paint drying fast. Slow drying liquid medium. Ah yes, this medium. Okay, you don't need this. You can just use a spray bottle. Just use a spray bottle. Just use water. You don't need this stuff.